Hi, my name is Scott Jablonski and I am from Wisconsin. And it's been about 1 year since I had treatment done for keratoconus in both eyes. I had the Holcomb C3R as well as Intacs done, and I also had LipiFlow done for dry eyes. It was about 10 years ago that I first found out I had keratoconus. Up until that point, I had very good vision. I was living in Colorado at the time, and I just thought, well, it's time for glasses. I had finished college, and so I went to the eye doctor, and that's when I found out. And I was told at that time that I would need to have hard contacts. That would really be the only solution until eventually I'd have to have my corneas replaced. So I tried the hard contacts, and it just felt like somebody was jabbing a pen in my eye all the time. It was just really painful, really difficult to use. So I more or less just gave up with it, and I still had good enough vision that I could just get by without anything. And so that's really what I did. I was in graduate school, and so I just thought, I'll eventually take care of this when I need to, but I didn't have the most pressing need. Obviously my vision wasn't as good as it once was, but at the same time it wasn't to a point where I couldn't see anything. And so I just was in graduate school, and while I was there, I just continued to say there's got to be other options, and so I started doing some research. And Dr. Brian just has a fantastic internet presence between his website, YouTube videos, just some other resources. And so I started watching some things as I stumbled upon his name just by typing in keratoconus on Google and looking for different treatments. And after I started to learn more about it, I thought, boy, this is really an option. And my time in graduate school was sort of coming to an end, and I thought, I'm at a point now where I'll be able to maybe do something with this. And with being in graduate school, I was living overseas as well. And so I was going to be back home in the States, and really it was a time in my life where I thought maybe I could look at some other options. And so about a year ago, I flew out here to California, and it was great just because it was freezing cold in the Midwest, so it was really nice to have some warm weather. But just having a chance to meet Dr. Brian and the entire staff here at his eye clinic was just fantastic. More or less, he answered a bunch of my questions. He explained what the procedures would entail, said he thought that there was a very good chance that they would help me. And I think like a lot of people, I was a little nervous about the fact that it's a little bit of a pricey procedure to have these things done, but at the same time it's your eyes, and it's a chance to have vision, which is probably of the five senses, probably the one that we use the most without even realizing it. It's only when your vision begins to deteriorate you realize just how important that is. So anyway, I decided to go ahead with it, and like I said, it's been a year now, and it's really just been a life-changing experience. Like I said, my eyesight wasn't as bad as probably some people who come here with keratoconus, but at the same time it was to a point where it was frustrating. I couldn't recognize certain people from across the room, or I found I was holding periodicals, newspapers closer and closer to my eyes just to try to see them. So really just to be able to have my vision much better than it was, and now it's somewhere between 20/30 and 20/25 uncorrected, which is just really a blessing. And on top of that, I really had dry eyes for many, many years, and I tried all these different eye drops and things like that, and so I'd never heard of the LipiFlow until I came here. And so when he told me about that as well, I thought, well, if I'm getting everything else done, I might as well give that a shot as well. And so I did it, and it was just amazing. Within an hour, I mean, just my eyes, like, as opposed to feeling all scratchy and itchy all the time, just felt, like they were brand new and everything. And it's been a year now there as well, and, it just, sometimes I almost feel bad because I forget just how bad it was before I had this done and everything. So all that being said, I really, really am grateful to Dr. Brian. I'm really grateful to the entire staff here. I would highly recommend that if you're kind of in that position where you're not quite sure if this is the way to go, that once again, I think a lot of times the thing that would hold people back is just the financial obligation. But at the same time, your sight is just one of those things to kind of be, kind of on pins and needles about, or worrying about, or just frustrated with on a daily basis, and to not have it nearly what it once was is just such a blessing. And so I would just highly recommend Dr. Brian. I spread his name around everyone I know. I say, if you know anyone with keratoconus, have them consider it. Have them look into it. Have them look into the research that he shares on the internet, just some of the talks he's given. It's been really, like I said, a great year, and I'm really, really grateful for having had the opportunity to have the procedure done, and just really grateful for his wisdom and for the ability that he has to really restore vision in people who maybe at one time did have great vision but find themselves in a situation where it's deteriorating. So thank you, Dr. Brian, and thank you for listening to this video. I hope it's been helpful. Take care.